What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Back for another Monday night video sharing prophetic revelation, dreams, insights, thoughts, stuff, personal stuff. This video specifically relating to crypto XRP. I'm gonna let you know right now, I have not had any dreams about price points, price action, but the Lord has definitely reminded me of some stuff to be an encouragement. And I want to reflect on some things. My 10-year-old daughter also had a dream that I know was also about XRP in this really cool, strange, personal way. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it, okay? So, a dream that I had, it's probably been a year. I don't think it's been quite a year, but it's been many months. And if you go back in my videos, you can find it. But this dream I had days before XRP dropped significantly because of a bunch of tariff stuff with China back earlier in the year. And it was when China's AI DeepSeek came out, and it really shocked the market because we didn't think that they had anything that could even come close to rivaling what we have. And if you remember, XRP and the whole crypto market just boom, it went down for a month and a half or so. And I had a dream days before that happened that gave me heads up, was a warning, but I feel like there's revelation and understanding in that dream that is an encouragement for right now and for what we've seen recently, right? So, and I love talking about this dream because it's just like God is so, he is so cool. I mean, the way, he's God, right? So his ways are higher than our ways, just as the heavens are higher than the earth. His ways are higher than ours. And he is able to do things that totally blow away our understanding. And, a lot of times people, they say, well, God doesn't talk to me, right? Or, why doesn't God speak to me in, vocally, audibly? And why does God use dreams to speak? You've heard that phrase, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, a movie is worth more than 1,000 words because it's so much more than just a still picture, right? So a dream is worth so much more than words. God, he can communicate to us in the most profound, deep ways. So, hey, what's going on? I want to say hi to everybody. I want to stay on point, on topic right now, just out of respect for everybody watching because of the title. But in this dream that I had last year, I was looking at the charts. I was looking at XRP on the chart, right? The line graph, the candles. And in the dream, I'm looking at it, and all of a sudden, well, I'm looking at a high. Like, we were at a high, and I was looking at the computer screen. God is so cool. Next thing, I'm standing on the chart, on the high. Like, I know I'm standing on the high. Okay? One dimensional. Like, it's on the computer screen. Then it morphs and shifts to where I'm standing on a wall. but it's a sidewalk. But it's still the top of the chart. It's still on a high. And I began to realize, like, whoa, I've seen this before. I've never been here before, but I've seen it before. And it legit reminded me of the Great Wall of China. If you've seen the Great Wall of China, you know there's like a cobblestone path in between the walls, right? Because it's a wall, but it's a wide wall, and the edges go up, and then there's a path in the center where you can walk. Well, the chart turned into three-dimensional, turned into like physical 3D experiential, right? And I'm standing still on the high, and I still know that it's a market high. And at that time, we were in a market high. Like, I mean, we were all expecting things to go really high, like beyond where it was, right? Like a higher high. We were all expecting of a higher high. And I'm standing on this, but I could see out. And I knew that this wall reached Asia. I didn't know in the dream specifically that it reached China, but it reminded me of the Great Wall of China, so I'm assuming that it did. But I knew that standing on this wall, I could see a downturn. And I knew that it was a downturn coming up in the market, but this is the cool part about it. This is the clincher. This is the revelation. So I could see that there was this downturn, but it was only a downturn because the wall followed the contour of the hills. All right, so you've got this wall with a pathway like the Great Wall of China, and I'm on a high, but I can see how it goes down and then it comes back up. So hopefully you can kind of understand what I was experiencing, but one of the main points was that even though we were on a high, and even though there was going to be lows and highs, it did not change the value of the crypto, right? So the outward circumstances of tariffs, because like I said, a couple days later, the China tariffs hit and the OpenAI was brought to the market or was revealed or whatever, and the crypto took a nosedive. But it doesn't change the value of the asset. It doesn't change the value of the technology, right? And here we've been in these negotiations with China, and like I guess last week it all got resolved, at least for a year. But the market went down partially because of trade war with China, but it didn't change the value of XRP. It didn't change the value of any of the main heavy hitter cryptos. And I think that as we're experiencing these crazy ups and these crazy downs, you know, we're all waiting for like a serious higher high. Just remember that even if things are going down for a short season, it's not changing the technology. It's not changing the fact that the whole ecosystem, whether it's stocks, whether it's banking, it's all going to be tokenized. It's all going to be utilizing this crypto technology. And I think that's clearly why one of the last streams that I had just a couple weeks ago about XRP was that it in the future it was going to be an integral part of banking. And I'm still asking the Lord for more details on what that was all about, but definitely had to do with currency and banking, and yeah, and the past and the present and the future. Will the tariffs ever end? I'm just responding to a comment here. With Trump in office, no, because he's leveraging it. He's using it to our benefit, and he's a negotiator. So you can't be taken serious if you're not willing to like go for the throat, right? And I think that we're gonna see major. I mean, we're already the United States is making a ton of money on tariffs where there was a tariff deficit, right? All these countries were taking advantage of us because politicians were making backroom deals and lining their pockets, selling out our country over tariffs. But now Trump's like, no, I'm not going to take a paycheck, and I'm gonna make money for the United States, and we're gonna use the leverage and the strength we have because we have the biggest buying market in the world, right? So we have a lot of leverage, and I mean, if we can just hold tight and be patient. But I know, right? It's like we just want to see some kind of stability. But if all we had was stability, if we didn't have these tariffs ups and downs, if we didn't have such volatility, there wouldn't be opportunities for people to buy low. Sorry. There's a lot of people that still want to get in the market. I mean, it's crazy how many people don't know about what's happening with crypto and the opportunity. More and more people are waking up to it. So, and I invested all I could last year pretty much, and I would love for there to be some lows. I've got some really low buy orders right now to get money in that I can't afford to lose, and I can't really afford to just let work. So, but if the buy orders hit, then I anticipate the low won't last very long. That being said, this whole Thanksgiving thing, the market's been up, right? The market's been up today. I'm sure a good amount of it not only has to do with the tariff deals with China, but with the government finally striking a deal and getting things back together to where the government can function properly. I think it's very interesting because now it's going into like what, 40 days or more. The actual like analytics and numbers to make the decisions necessary for the rate cuts may not be able to come out in time for them to make a decision on another rate cut. So everything is getting stretched out and prolonged. And personally, I try not to add in, a lot of my own opinions here. I mean, I definitely have my beliefs, right? Like if I feel like I heard something from the Lord, I'm going to say it. But there's an attack on the economy because if we have a successful economy, that's a win for Trump. And conversely, that's a loss for the left. That's a loss for Democrats at the polls, right? So it sucks that there's so much politics involved, but I mean, it is what it is. And we could hate it, right? We could hate the tariffs, and we could hate all the political stuff, all the attack on the economy due to politics, but we got to stay thankful that Trump has fought for crypto so hard, and that he's bringing in all these pro-crypto people to change legislation and really bring clarity and make a pathway for the United States to be a leader in cryptocurrency. Because, I mean, if we're not, other countries are going to dominate because there's definitely a globalization happening, right? And the dollar is weakening, obviously. I mean, everything costs more. It's not because it's worth more. It's because the dollar is cheaper. So yeah. What else? So I had a dream this morning, and I'm gonna share the dream about my daughter because it's just cool stuff. So again, if you're only on here for like clear revelation on price action and target prices and stuff, sorry. Um, that's why it's called a relationship with God. It's not just information, but it's a relationship. But I'm going to share a couple other dreams. A dream I had earlier in the week, and then one I had this morning. Both are not crypto related. So when I end this video, I'm gonna hop back on and give just some more general prophetic stuff. I had one dream that was political, and then one dream this morning that was about the church. And so, all right, my daughter's dream. Super. So let me respond to this comment. Silver and gold. Yeah, I mean, again, I had a dream that I was told to invest my crypto profits in gold, and in the dream, it felt like war was coming, and it's not time for that. I feel like that's future stuff, but I'm definitely looking to get into gold and even silver. But it's all timing. It's all timing. I haven't. I mean, one of the reasons why I feel like it is a timing thing is because I haven't really made a ton of money in crypto. So I don't really have a lot of profit to put into gold. So I'm like, all right, Lord, well, there must be a time where I'm going to have profit in crypto to be able to invest in gold. And from what the Lord showed me about Russia and Putin, it's scary stuff. The dude's not right. He's not right in his head. He's not in a good place, and that's scary when somebody's just straight up unstable. But so the dream that not my wife, sorry, my daughter had. She had a dream. And you're gonna, when you hear this, you're gonna be like, "What are you talking about? What does this have to do with crypto? What does this have to do with, XRP?" Well, hopefully you can glean on how the Lord communicates from listening to this. So, she has a dream that we got a new German Shepherd puppy, and in the dream, she named it Xavier, and in the dream, she knew, she was like, oh, I'm going to call him X for short. She wakes up, she tells me the dream. And people can criticize dreams and say, well, they're just influenced by your waking life. Many times that's 100% true. But when dreams are from the Lord, it's not. Or, which often happens, I mean, why can the Lord not use what's going on in our waking life to speak to us in our dreams? I mean, why would he not use things that are fresh on the table in our life to communicate to us? Like that whole argument, it's like, it tries to explain away God speaking in dreams because people have soulish dreams. But both happen. It's just the way it is. So, in her dream, we got this new German Shepherd puppy. Well, in our waking life, my wife said, "Hey, we should probably think about getting another dog," because if you don't know, if you haven't watched any of my videos where I talk about it, we do have a German Shepherd. He's like 6 or 7 years old, and my wife's like, he's getting older, and if we're gonna get another dog, we need to get a puppy now so that our current German Shepherd can acclimate before he gets too old. Well, if you don't know, my German Shepherd's name is Cash, and he's an awesome dog. The Lord uses him in my dreams to reference money and investing. And I've had, I don't know, 3 or 4 dreams that when he's been in those dreams, the dreams were clearly and specifically about finances and investing. And recently, before my wife talked about getting another dog, I actually thought about it. I was like, man, if Cash gets old and dies, which of course he is, the Lord will have to bring him back as a prophetic reference in my dreams just because he can. But that would just suck to not have my dog. And then my daughter has this dream about getting another German Shepherd. And I don't know if it's literal, if we're really supposed to get another dog. But I looked up the word Xavier, and it means, it's like new castle. And I had another dream about trading and investing, and Jesus was in it, and there was a castle in it. So I haven't shared that because it's a really personal dream, but there's definitely a nod to that with the castle reference. But it's basically like a new, bigger, wealthier future, right? The promise of breakthrough with this investment. But here I'm thinking, oh, it would not be cool to have dreams about Cash and my dog, but not have him in my waking life. And then my daughter has a dream about getting another dog that we call X, right? I mean, we know XRP, the logo's an X. So I'm like, okay. And she had that dream like a day before. Like, she had that dream yesterday morning. So today the markets go up. It's like, back to the Thanksgiving thing. So yeah, if we get another dog, it's going to be a German Shepherd, most likely, and we're going to call him Xavier. If we don't do that in real life, I'm going to know, hey, the Lord still has prophetic crypto money references up his sleeve, because he's so clever like that. I never would have thought of that. Xavier for another dog after Cash. Thanksgiving. I guess we're less than 2 weeks away. And I had this dream a couple weeks ago where clearly had breakthrough with XRP before Thanksgiving. Man, I'm watching like the rest of y'all. I don't know if it's gonna be this Thanksgiving or not. I want to say, like, my reasonable mind is like, okay, cool, yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of a run up. The government shutdown is gonna end, and I don't know if this is me just being a realist or pessimistic or what, but $3, right, is that is that range. So are we just gonna go back up to $3? I mean, we were at $3 for a long time, waiting to go higher, and there was no government shutdown. There was you know, like, so I mean, I know I guess we're in this like 4th year for the crypto cycle, and we're at the end of it, which normally there's a big rally, but things are just different. Clearly things are different this year. I wasn't around prior to last November in the crypto market, but I don't know if it, like, I know the dream I had was about Thanksgiving. Was it this Thanksgiving? I don't know. I can never say it. I've never said that it was. Very well could be. But I do know that I had the dream about next year at Thanksgiving time. And I had that dream while XRP was going crazy last November. So last November, I had this dream where I saw XRP going crazy in a new way in 2026, in November 2026. You could look at my videos that I talk about that. So yeah, I don't know if it's this Thanksgiving or next Thanksgiving, but we'll know real soon, won't we? we will know real soon. And I'm gonna end with this point. This is legacy stuff for me. Maybe it's just my age, but I think having a sober mind about it all is a pretty good idea. I've told people over and over and over, don't have a lottery mentality. Yeah, you can make a lot of money quick with crypto if you got the right one at the right time and all that. But do you want to have a good year, or do you want to change your life? Do you want to have a good year, or do you want to change your life? And I want to change my life. I'm in a decent place right now. I'm not complaining. I'm super thankful, big time blessed. But I'm in a make decisions for sustainability, right? Pay down debt, make extra money. I talked about me door dashing. I mean, you can make $3,000 to $1,000 extra a week door dashing. I'm not saying everybody can do that, but if you have a decently gas efficient car and you have any free hours of your life, I mean, I see people out there taking their kids with them. So where there's a will, there's a way, usually, right? You could even, if a friend is bored, it's like, hey, hop in the car with me, let's go hang out while I make some money. I don't know. I'm just saying there are side hustles to make some money instead of sitting on your couch hoping crypto all of a sudden makes you rich. Like, just be a good steward with your time as well. And I'm in the market long term, but I think that's the way to be, is to continue to work your butt off, be a good steward, look for a job, look for work, look for position that is secure as possible. Get a job doing something that is needed and wanted, right? And take your risks with crypto. Just put money into it. And of course, this isn't financial advice in the sense that I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm just sharing with people what I think are good decisions for myself. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen next year. And next year, 2026, I guess will be a deciding factor if I want to pull money out or what. But I've been learning about the crypto IRAs, and I'm 50, so I can invest and pull it out when I'm 59 and a half, tax free, and I could trade it. I mean, imagine putting money away. I mean, I'm believing that crypto is gonna blow up way sooner than 10 years. But imagine putting money away for 10 years or for the next couple years, and then waiting 10 years and it all being in crypto and being able to get it all back tax free. What? Like, that's crazy. Something, I said I was gonna end with that, but me talking about this in the 10 years brought up something I saw. Ripple had their yearly event, the Swell event, and Brad Garlinghouse spoke and shared a lot of things. One of the things I heard him say that really caught me, and I've heard him talk about his past, and I've heard him talk about being involved with the .com world in the 90s, the boom and the bust. And he was talking about crypto adoption and how quick will the banks and everything get on chain and be tokenized. And he said, well, the internet took around 10 years and maybe a little bit more for like full adoption. But if I remember correct, he said that the internet took around 10 years, and he was there. He was a part of it. I want to say, who did he work for? I think it was Yahoo. I think he worked for Yahoo. But I don't think it's going to take 10 years for the tokenization of the stock market and banks going full crypto. I mean, I could be wrong, who knows, but I don't think it's going to be 10 years because technology it moves that much faster, right? And yeah, so, but in perspective, the longest it could take probably is 10 years. So it's encouraging stuff. All right, blessings. I'm going to go on to do my next video talking about other prophetic stuff besides crypto. All right, blessings. See you later.